Hello, welcome to my reading room. My name is Wendy Wing. I am going to be doing a reading for the general collective. So take what resonates and feel free to leave the rest. Just tuning in, feel like the room is filling here. The audience is settling down kind of behind me. This is a mediumship reading. So it is a general reading, but I'm experiencing it like there's an auditorium behind me, and sometimes the message comes from the whole group of people here who have crossed. And then sometimes the message is a smaller group or section of those people. And occasionally a few step forward with a really strong message. So if you are drawn to this reading, chances are that your loved one who has crossed has guided you to this space. Oh, energies are picking up. Okay. In the past, you, person watching your reading, has been in a space of simply love. I'm getting that this is a father energy. So you don't have to be the son here. You could be gender fluid, male, female, however you identify is fantastic. And there was a simple loving connection that you shared with your dad, who has since passed. Okay. In present time, right now, you are refusing to see. I'm reading this a couple different ways. So refusing to acknowledge this connection that you have with your dad, even though he is no longer in this 3D world, that there are some belief systems that say, I can't connect with him, he's gone. And so it creates this belief system that, like a helmet, so his energy, his messages are difficult, if not impossible, to get through. The second aspect of what I'm seeing here is that there was a simple love between you and your father, but there was some kind of issues with your relationship. So I'm getting 50-50 here. So take whichever one resonates the most with you. And so this difficulty, some issue or a prolonged issue, maybe even lifelong, leaves a painful experience, painful emotions. My stomach is just really painful emotions. Maybe he abandoned you and your family. Possibly narcissistic, so very self-focused, and so you never really felt like he saw you. And so this helmet for you, if you're in that group, is this belief that that is still who he is. And you don't want to connect with someone that you have painful memories with. I accept whatever choices you make in your life, they're yours. So I'm not here to convince you to change your mind at all. I am just offering a possibility that what I have noticed from my experience being a medium is that even if it was a difficult relationship, they have been growing after they passed. They don't stop existing and stay stagnant in that space. They are in a broader place, a place where there's no judgment and no ego. And so they can see how their actions negatively affected people. And oftentimes they come back to resolve this, to release this, to create a healing. So both of you can move on and have a different relationship. Maybe the relationship that you always wanted, or something closer to that. So take it the way you see it. Your higher self, this has been coming up for these mediumship readings, is saying seek, connect. Again, you are in control of your choices. Not a card, not me. No one can tell you what to do. These are just suggestions from spirit, and take what resonates and leave the rest. So your higher self is saying, seek, reach out, close your eyes. And I'm feeling that closing your eyes is releasing thought, releasing the analyzing of how could this happen? How could this be? And just opening up, not without expectation or needing without being attached to a specific outcome of what this experience would be like connecting with your dad, but just opening up to whatever comes through. And if nothing comes through for you, and if this doesn't resonate, that's okay too. All right. Your challenge is moving on from this relationship. Both ways, as if this was a wonderful relationship and it was devastating because your father was such a part of the stability of your life. I'm getting backbone of your life. And without them, things fell apart for you on some levels. And so you're trying to move on from the pain and grief of their loss, the loss of them. On the other hand, if you had a really difficult relationship or aspect with your father, that feels like it's still playing out with other people in your life. Difficulty trusting people, maybe I'm getting chasing people's energy. Your challenge is to move on from these painful beliefs about yourself and about your relationships, and move on so you can create something more expansive. Okay, your dad has been trying to reach out. This is his energy in the past. It feels like he's been reaching out. Well, maybe there are 2, 4 different times where you've felt him reaching out, sensed. I'm also sensing that there are some aspects of your life where he created the path to your improvement since he's been gone. And you're not aware that it was him. He doesn't need acknowledgement, or he's not looking for something, but this is just information. Right now, your dad has been mastering who he is, taking some time to see the wholeness of who he is, the wholeness of his experience, how he held himself back, how he held others back, how he succeeded in some areas and completed what he set out to complete in this lifetime, and then in other areas where he created karma, actions that were painful and hurtful. He's seeing that those were his cycles that he was stuck in, not as a way to justify how he behaved and the things he said, but as a way of realizing how stuck people are in family dynamics, family patterns of power and control, of using, lifting some people up in the family and then pushing others down, like a lack of balance, like favorites and goats, scapegoats, family pattern, cynicism, keeping you down, and wanting to be on the top and not lifting others up, but competing, I guess. That's competition energy. So it feels like those are just a handful from the gallery behind me of issues that they've been working through in the 5D since they have passed. Let's see if there are any clarification messages from the collective's father. Master card, okay. I didn't know how to comfort you. I'm hearing that, again, not an excuse, but just so you understand, they never learned how to regulate their emotions. They were never taught. They were taught to be a man, you need to repress those emotions. There's no way he couldn't access his emotions in a healthy way. I'm getting that some of the dads here were alcoholics, possibly drug users, as a way to cope with their uninspected emotions, their repressed emotions. Do you feel my touch? This feels related to this reaching out. Some of you might actually physically feel at times like that hug that when you need it, or an arm on your shoulder, that very fatherly gesture of, you know, I'm standing here with you, you're not alone. I didn't mean what I said. This feels like it's in regards to how he would project his limitations onto you. So something like, something like, you always quit, you're a quitter. But that's how he was feeling in that moment. And he projected it onto you. And yet there was a part of you that was like, well, yeah, I have quit some things. Oh my gosh. And then that created a belief system. Oh my gosh, I'm a quitter. I don't stick with things. And so then you started sticking with things way past their due date because of this unresolved wound that was never yours. So this is the type of healing that the dads here want to let you know, that they realize and they are taking responsibility for the wounds that they caused you. And they're hoping that addressing this with the utmost sincerity, with no excuse, not justifying their behavior, and realizing now from where they are, they can see how this projecting their limitations onto you held you back from you being you. And they're hoping that you let go. So your dad's higher self is holding this energy of coming together. Again, wow. A father and a younger child. I'm reading, sometimes I've read this as a couple, but in this reading, I'm reading it as a father and their child. And coming together in a loving way to create this seed of communication, a connection. For those of you who are interested in connecting, and for those of you who are interested in connecting, what I'm getting is you can do that yourself. You can go to a medium, and I would welcome you if you wanted a personal reading. However, tapping into your own intuitive skills, setting an intention that I intend to connect with loved ones who have crossed. I intend to allow a connection to grow. And then just see how that unfolds. And the challenge for this relationship right now is just breathe. I love again, the cards are so wonderful for this. Reading this person, embodied person here, and how do you connect? The challenge is, how do you connect in a very different way? Because this will be a very unique connection for a lot of you, brand new. For some of you, this is just validating the connection that you already have. Validating, they're really talking, validating that you've already received messages, that you already talked with your dad, that you already hear songs on the radio that pop up and think of him and feel like he's there. Movies, just old things that are very connected with your dad, and validating that you are connecting with him at those times. And if you're interested, there's plenty of space to grow that connection if you're interested. All right. So shared energies that you both have, that you have with your dad who has passed, your shared energies with him are open up. And I'm seeing a real, opening up to higher energies, opening up to your higher self, opening up to in what you might have thought is impossible. Some of you are way ahead of this and are like, oh yeah, I talk to him all the time. Like there's something the dads are wanting to say. What did the dads want to say about opening up? I hope that you can forgive me. So it does feel like more of the dads in this space, or at least the energies that are really coming forward, would like to apologize. They're hoping that opening up this connection, you opening up, will create a space where forgiveness can be born. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. For some of you, I'm sensing that I'm not really getting a hit on that one, a really strong hit. If that makes sense to you and resonates, oh, I like that. Interesting. I'll have to change the light bulb. Okay. Caught my eye, caught my attention. All right. Another shared energy between you and your father is lead. I'm getting that you are in a leadership position in some aspect, either the head of your family, the leader in your business world. In some environment, you're known as a leader. And I'm getting a real chip off the block. Like your dad was very similarly inclined to be a leader in some ways. And the message is I'm getting, wow, so much pride coming through, so much masculine pride coming through with this from the peanut gallery behind me. So proud of you. So proud of the work that you've done. I'm getting that there have been a lot of uphill battles and you had to fight them without your dad. You had to overcome them. You had to learn lessons without a father figure. And what I really love seeing is whether you're male or female or genderless, doesn't matter. This person looks very confident, has this wonderful skill, this gift, this idea, plans. And this I'm reading as the dad behind you, not only similar energies, but it's like he's taking this sunshine from his space, from where he is, and just creating this amazing sunshine of success is what I was getting around you. And just so proud of all that you've accomplished and where you're going. There's a real, from his vantage point, he can see further. And there's a real sense of, if you only knew what was ahead of you, you would enjoy your life more. I like that. Let's see if there are any other comments. I miss our morning coffee. I'm getting an invitation. If you do have coffee in the morning and if this was a ritual, or even if it was never a ritual, it feels like an invitation. When you have morning coffee, I intend to connect with my dad over a cup of joe in the morning. These cards are coming out. There's still a lot of regret coming through. Sometimes I didn't know what to do. This is hitting and sparking the idea that, yes, this very flawed individual, or flawed at times individual, was a human being. He was your dad, and he at times failed miserably at being a dad, but he was a human being and he just didn't know what to do. He wasn't equipped. I get the feeling that there were other aspects of his life where he was very successful, somewhat, pretty, known for. And it bothered him because he was so talented and so good in other aspects of his life. And he could feel, see, sense, or he just knew on some level that he was not excelling in his relationship with you, or at least that's how he felt. Even if you're like, no, he was fine. I feel like there's a group of you who really get this. Like he just struggled in that spot. It probably made other people outside of your family think how cool that you have this dad. He's so amazing. Yeah. There's a lot hidden behind closed doors. And I feel like that's what, for a lot of you, what this reading is opening those closed doors. And it's okay. He's got a lot of regret. He is seeing how he failed you, is how it's coming through. How he disappointed you, how he, as I'm listing this, you might be noticing the back of your heart space releasing some of these painful emotions that I'm tapping into, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to feel that as it leaves. And I'm also feeling stored in your solar plexus. There's something about the relationship here and what went down that created an unempowered feeling, maybe because you don't have a male who had your back, or that you didn't feel had your back. And so you have had to learn how to hold your own back, get your own back. And instead of having someone set that example to demonstrate how that would feel like. And so it feels like it's taken a long time to father yourself. I left a piece of me in you. This I'm getting is like a spark, some really spunky, sparkly energy. Maybe his sense of humor, inappropriate sense of humor. I'm getting inappropriate. Maybe the timing was inappropriate. Maybe the content was inappropriate, but boy, that could be the spark of what you also carry on. Adventure, where others see stop signs, you see, I'm going to keep going. That type of attitude, that type of ability to not follow the crowd, that ability to shine, that ability to be so charismatic and draw people in, that ability to be the life of the party, passion, talented in whatever you're focused on, whatever you're excited about. I'm getting a real sense of remembering the similarities, that he wasn't all bad kind of thing. Like, remember the wonderful aspects of him that are also the wonderful aspects of who you are. All right, another shared energy is spread your wings. I'm getting a real Top Gun feel, honestly. To face the impossible, to not need your path to be straight, but to allow it to rise, to let your vibration rise, to create a connection with him or your higher self. Let's get some clarification on this. Spreading your wings. Clarification for the collective. Spread your wings. Watching out for temptation. Ooh, interesting. Wisdom. Did some of you have this dog, or did your dad have a little white dog at some point? Just being drawn to that here. I'm getting that there have been cyclical happenings where people have shown up even after your father either passed or your relationship with him ended in some way. That energy of the negative aspects, unwanted aspects of your father kept showing up in your life anyway. And acknowledging that now you have the discernment that it wasn't just about your dad, but something that some beliefs that you still have about, some beliefs that you still have that are creating these cyclical patterns that you started, that were created by your father and your relationship. And you're ready to let go. You have this new way of seeing things, a new consciousness, a new intuitiveness, a new lightness. And it feels like for some of you have been doing your own shadow work, and by looking at your own issues from an observer point of view instead of a judgmental point of view, it's making it easier for you to see your dad as a human and in that light too, and not need what happened to be any different than what it was for you to appreciate. Oh, I watch you with your family. Again, the pride and love, very masculine, loving energy. Please forgive yourself. So this feels like with the shadow work, maybe you saw him and how he treated you as a belief system that I can't succeed in this lifetime. If my own father treated me this way, why would anybody else treat me any differently? And so I'm getting the sense that this, forgive yourself for blaming. He projected his stuff onto you and you mirrored that oftentimes and blamed what's happening, maybe even now or in the past, continued to blame him even though he wasn't in your life at that time. And so forgiving yourself for not seeing the broader picture. And this is a great final question. Do you want me around? This is very important. Only you can answer this. Everyone else does not matter. Even your father in this space doesn't matter. It's your choice. You always have the choice. And if you want him around, say yes. Yes, I want you around. I'm so glad that you're around. I intend to strengthen this connection. It's also okay to say, I don't know. Can I revisit this at some other time? And it's also okay to say, no, absolutely not. I'm not ready for this type of relationship. Or any answer that you give is 100% the right answer for you right now. All right, that feels complete there. I just, one final, just if you can tune into this masculine, fatherly, loving energy that's here. And maybe take that, if you're feeling wonderful, you can take that energy, that wonderful feeling into the rest of your day. It feels like several of you have really released a lot, have seen a broader picture, and feel more at ease with this relationship that was hit or miss at times. So anyway, all right. Let me know in the comments below if this was useful, helpful, if it resonated with you. I would love a like, share, and subscribe to my channel if this is your vibe. I'm welcoming you. So, all right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.